Hello and welcome to another episode of Sandy Killer Projects. We're working on the Commander today, and everything for the most part is good, but we noticed when driving around had a little bit of a clunk in the tie rod ends, so we're gonna change those out today. Should be a pretty quick, simple, easy fix. Okay, so as mentioned, this whole process goes really quickly. We've already started taking the bottom bolt off. That's coming off at the 7/8, and then I've marked the jam nut position with a black Sharpie after cleaning the threads off on the side a little bit. That way, when we take the old one off and put the new one on, it'll go on in the exact same spot. We've also held the other one up to it to make sure that the size of the two of them is the same, to make sure this thread will actually correspond to the same position. This jam nut looks like it's going to be a 15/16 wrench. All right, so Bill wanted me to mention, and he has a very valid point, that we should also be getting a measurement of the wheels in the exact same position. Obviously, this is not the way you would do it. Professionally, you would do it with a tow bar, but in this case, it gives you a rough general measurement. The reason why you do this is because the tie rod ends affect your toe, which is your side-to-side alignment of your wheel, not you're this way or you're this way. It doesn't change the angles of it. So when we change these out, your tires could sit further this way, or they could end up sitting further this way. Having this kind of measurement and doing the marks that I had already shown on the tie rod ends will save you making sure that you end up with the same position as you started. So there ended up being just not quite enough room to get in there and do everything that we needed to do. So the wheel ended up having to come off, and then we could easily drive the old tie rod end up and out of the way. Now we're just gotta undo it and put on the new one. Alright, so these guys were so stuck in place, we ended up having to hit the threads a little bit of PB Blaster to clean them up, and then run a little teeny bit of anti-seize inside of it just to make sure that the threads don't get locked up like they did before. Alright, so the next step in the process is getting everything set into position up against that mark that we made. If you're not quite on the mark, you can also turn this part of it, which allows you to make adjustments, and then you're going to set the castle nut on this end. Set this so that the cotter pin is lined up with one of the holes, so you tighten it all the way up as tight as it'll go, and then back it up to the next closest cotter pin opening. Then once it's done, you set the cotter key in the hole. Generally, this is not the preferred way to do it because you don't normally cut off one end of it, but this is the way Bill likes to set them. Alright, so now we're done with the passenger side, and we were already done with the driver's side. The last thing we're going to do is double check the toe. Alright, so after having done the tie rod ends, as you can see, our toe is changed about 3/4 of an inch inwards. So a couple of factors are going to come into place with this. The old tie rods were completely worn out, which means that no matter what, our original number was not going to be the same. Then the other thing that's going to have to come into factor is that we put the new tie rods on the exact same mark that the old ones are in, which gives us the same general original alignment that these are meant to be sat at. Now, if you're afraid that the toe is still off a little bit and you want to make sure, what you end up having to do is get a measurement between this wheel and the wheel on the other side, on the front side of the wheel and on the back side of the wheel. That'll give you the actual alignment this way or the other with the wheel. If you check in a manual, it'll give you the actual number as to where these things are supposed to be set. Also, we had this up in the air while we were doing the job. That also changes where the measurement was, where it was sitting from when it was on the ground. So because of that, we actually have to roll this car around a little bit and see if, before we take measurements, to see if we're in alignment with where it's supposed to be. So, as I mentioned, the number that we got to begin with was a quick down and dirty number. In our case, it's not necessarily going to work, and we're going to have to measure front and back. Alright, so we have double checked the toe and set everything the way it needed to be. Drove it around, double checked it. Everything is driving fantastic with this car now. So as always, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll keep making more content. The reason why the car looks all wet is because we're working on another video at the same time of us detailing this car. So next time you see this, it'll be us cleaning it all up.